everyone, this is Melvin Davis, your host from Coding Bits. So in this video we are going to build an API for authenticating the request. So in the last videos we had talked about how we are building the API gateway and we need to handle authentication and all. So in this video we'll be doing that part. So what we will be doing is we'll be creating an API called an endpoint called logging, and with that endpoint user can authenticate himself, and he will be given back an authentication token which will be taken back, like which will be identified by the API gateway and handles accordingly. Now, okay, let's go right away into this. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is we need a password field in the user model. So we'll add one password string. Okay, I will document this later. And also in the DB we need to make some adjustments. So adjustments would be like, if I am getting the list of users, I shouldn't give out the passwords, right? Even for the code it shouldn't be there. So right at this level itself I will just mask them. Range users, the password equal this. So that should do it. And also here we will do the same. User dot password equal to this. Okay, we will make it better. Users of I, password equal to this. Okay, sure. And here, before storing the password, we should hash it. So that's a good practice, because somehow if the database gets leaked or some in those kind of scenarios, if we have hashed the password, we can make sure the other user, like whoever getting access to the DB, don't access the user features. Okay. So we'll do hashing here. We can do hashing with SH256. So we will do hashed pass equal to, one second, equal to, let's say, sharp 256 sum 256. We need the byte, so that should do it. And since this is an byte, like this password would have special characters, we need to convert into hex format to store in DB. So user.password equal to, instead of this, we'll do something like we'll do hex dot encode to string and hashed password. So this should do it. Now we can save it properly, and while updating we are not changing the password. Further down the line we can have specific endpoint to update the password. Okay, so this is that. Now in DTO, we have the DTO model here. We don't have a password field, we need to add that password, which is string, and here in the model we'll do the translation like this. But when you're giving it from the user mode, we need not give out the password. So this is fine. Here also same. Cool. Now we can have specific checks, like when the user sends out the password, like when he sends out the user model, we can validate those. So we can have functions like func user validate other. Okay, just do return return nil, and if the length of user.name equal to 0, then return, I would say, name cannot be. Okay. Oh, it should be error.new, name cannot be empty. Okay, I'll do similar kind of stuff for email, because we'll use this email to login as well as for password. Yeah, let GitHub Copilot take the job. It done nicely for me. Now, in the DTO, once the user signs up, we need to make sure you need to make sure you have to log in, because we won't be starting the session once the user signs up. After signing up, we will have another endpoint to do the login part, and for the same I will create another DTO called auth.go package DTO type auth struct, and username, it should not be username, it should be email, and it will be string and password, again string password. So that's the DTO. And in models, in the routes, we just make sure we are doing it right. So in the create password, we need to validate the user model DTO that is given to us. So error equal to u dot validate. We'll wrap it around this, semicolon, and now equal to nil. We will return zero JSON DTO bad request. Okay, cool. So that part done. In the create mode, we are already hashing it. Now we'll create another route called login dot go, again package routes. You just copy this particular create user and reuse it there. I'm just a little lazy here to do this stuff, so I'll do login and just remove this notification. I'll add it later. Okay, and this is, we'll get the context. Next one is pretty fine. And instead of this, we'll have the auth DTO. We don't need to validate that, but we do need a helper function to check the authentication. Okay, if we'll create the helper function here, auth.go package db. Okay, what we will do is we'll just replicate one of the function. Just get this function. Let's say check password. So here we will get an email comma password as string, and we'll try to hash the password with password. And what we'll do is we'll try to find a user. So here we can do we'll get the model also, user and models.user this, and we'll return both the models.user and the error. Oops. And here we'll try to find the user. So what we do is error equal to context.db dot find. Here we'll have our email equal to even password equal to hashed pass. We'll do one more stuff. We'll do hex dot encode to string SHA-256 hash password. do it like this. Wait a second. So encode to string must have byte, and we are providing. I think I just provide it here. That's better. This conversion is going to be painful. Yeah. So find user dot error, and we return both user and error. It would be better if I do something like this. Yeah, the idea is if there is no user found or error happen, we return nil, else we return the user and okay, check the password. And here what we will do is, instead of this, we will get user comma error db dot check password context. We pass the context and a. Okay, so cool. Now this is yeah, if we couldn't find the username password, we shouldn't send out status in the other server. Instead we will send out something like status forbidden. Yeah, that's done. Now we can send the user model also, and apart from that, now we need to create an auth token which can be used by the API gateway to authenticate the request furthermore. So we'll do for that we need some kind of token mechanism, like token generation. For now we'll just keep it simple. If you are doing it for some other application, better you might need to have an what you say key generation and key rotation and those kind of things. So that's pretty much complex in itself. It's a big topic. For the sake of simplicity, just keep it creating symbol authentication token using the random crypto random. So I will create one package called crypto. Let's not name it crypto, so because Go standard package library has some similar package. Yeah, I just name it as oops, what happened? See, crypto token.go package crypto utils. Yeah, nice. And I'll do create a function. Let's keep the function as generate token, and it's better if we can provide the length. Okay, length which is an integer, and we'll try to make instead we'll make it u integer. Okay, byte length, so that we are sure that we will only be getting a positive number. That's the idea. And we will create a random string using random read b not equal to nil. Will return nil. Okay, we need to return both string and error. And here we return error. Okay, else we'll return with hex encoded string. Hex encoded string. We return b and so that's done. We use this generate function in the login flow. So token error equal to crypto utils dot generate function of length 32. It means the 32 byte will be 256. Right, 32 into 8, yeah, 256. and so let's do this, and if there is an error we'll return the internal status. Status internal server error, and so we will set the stop time in the out error. Okay, ctx dot so it should be c dot response dot header dot set authorization. I just check this, and it's easy. It's much more easy for me to do like this. So bearer token and the headers will be like this. Yeah, authorization bearer and auth token, right? Authorization, and I'll do bearer space and plus token. This should do it, and I would say this is good to go. Now I am going to the routes, and I'm just adding this version router dot post login, and the login handler. I'll just try to start this and check. Sorry. Yeah. That's it. First of all, we need to create the user and the body. If I'm passing this, it should straight away give me an error. Password cannot be empty. Then we'll provide the password. And we'll provide test. Oh, there is one thing. I just thought, like, there might be a chance there might be multiple users. So what I will do is but yeah, that's fine. It should be first rather than find. If I go in here, it should be first. So we are assuming there will be only one user with same email and password. Okay. Yeah. So the user is created. Now we'll just duplicate this, and we'll name it as login, and here I will use login URL, and here password, if I put it as 1, it should return me right away, give me an error. Okay, no, oh, it's put, so my mistake, should be post. Password is empty, ID is 1, which is okay. So this is a problem, right? Like an email I have given, I'm getting a different user and I provide a wrong password. Okay, so here I'm not exactly sure what's happening. It should have failed. Okay, we'll do something like this. First user or I'll put email equal to unknown and password equal to this, and I'll provide the email as well as password. So I'll just take it from here, I'll put it here, and I'll just make it empty. I'll just it's giving me the email and password. Okay, I'll just check. We can put a breakpoint here and try to debug it. Oh, I don't think it will do that. Launch package, user service, it should be workspace folder /main.go, and here's my auth. Here I am. So this should have started. I'll just send it here and here. So I think this is already returning me. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay, I should use find then. Okay. Do I have any user here? Email. So there is a password. Okay. What's the hashed password? I think I am missing it up. No. So the password here is test1. Do I have a? Okay. Oh, seems I'm missing something. I just let me look ahead. I'll just open up the browser. Yeah. Just get my browser right here and go ORM. Okay, I really got messed up here. I'll just query first taken and or if I need some kind of verb. Okay, it should be given like this. Okay, oh yeah. I think that's where we are doing it wrong. So it should be first itself, and the or condition should be given right here rather than inside the verb. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Am I getting an error? Record not found. That makes perfect sense. Record not found. So what's the password that I created with? This. Oh, I think I used the wrong place. Create user. Password test. It was test that I used. I put test. Put itself. It should be post. Okay, I just plug in. I don't need this. So instead of test, I will put something like test1 instead of test1. I'll put test itself and make the request post. Yeah. So if I just go ahead, it should give me the user and details. Password is empty as it should be, and in the headers I can see the bearer token. So that's all we need. Now you might be thinking we are not saving this bearer token anywhere. In the API gateway, next episode what we'll be doing is we'll create a specific handling for this kind of requests, that those are authorizing the users, and in those authentication requests, not authorizing, authentication. In the authentication request, we'll fetch the bearer token and store it in a separate entity. We might be putting it in the Redis DB or something like that, from where the API gateway will take care of all the authentication part. Okay, and it will provide some info like user ID and all inside the request, which we will be getting it from the maybe we put it in headers, and user might be a user service will getting it from the, so we'll try to do those things from like that. So till then, see you guys, have a nice time. Thanks, love and peace, bye.